What it do?
What's going on?
How are y'all doing?
How's it going, peeps? Man, we've had technical difficulties trying to get this podcast together.
And I'm going to need a little more energy from the wife.
I know. I'm totally not in the mood.
Get your life, girl.
I'm trying to get it together.
You know why you should be in the mood?
Why?
Because life is good.
Yes.
And you could be talking on microphones that weren't even connected to a computer right now.
That doesn't make any sense at all, but thanks.
Yeah.
You guys, welcome to the Let's Make Out podcast, where we make out all things love, life, and laughter. And why does my voice sound like it's leaving again?
Because that's your bad attitude leaving your body.
I can't stand you. Cue the music. I knew that is close.
What's up, y'all? We back in this piece.
We back up in this piece.
Man, but yeah, technical difficulties, but we got to figure it out.
Yes.
The weirdest thing, you learn something new every day when you're recording a podcast or you're like trying to do something with your computer. It's like a new experience.
Oscar, we have the most annoying dog. Sorry if you can hear him barking. Speaking of dogs, we have a situation. And we don't know how we should handle this, so maybe you guys could help us
I know how I'm going to handle it.
Babe just said he decided that he's going to say something.
Okay, we'll give you the scenario.
Yes.
Okay, scenario. We have nice neighbors, you know.
Yes. I'm sorry, pause. If this is your first time listening, thank you so much. I am one of the hosts, Gabrielle.
And I'm the other host, Chad.
And we have been vlogging for 7 years.
That's right.
We show our entire life. Well, bits and pieces of
Bits
it
and pieces.
on Gabe TV, and we started this podcast just as an extension of us, you know, having conversation.
Absolutely. We thought it was a way for us to. I think the biggest thing was for us. We were excited about being able just to have conversations with each other, and because as you get busy, you have a business, you have 2 kids now.
Yeah.
Because we started this when Gabrielle was pregnant. So it's a great time. The second time, exactly. So it's a great chance for us to sit down and just talk about things.
Yeah.
And then also, provide more insight into our lives and our opinions to all of you wonderful peeps.
Right. So I just wanted to introduce us, just in case you were new to the podcast.
Okay. Well, thank you.
So back to the scenario.
Yeah, back to the scenario. Our neighbors are cool. Never had a problem with them. But
until they got the dog.
And then they got a dog. And let me tell you, the dog is super friendly. You walk up to the dog and super friendly, I'm
Sweetest dog.
Sweetest dog. I'm sure a really good, pet.
Yeah.
But the problem is the dog is young, so the dog just barks and barks and barks and barks. And I don't blame the dog for that because, well, that's how dogs express themselves.
They bark.
They bark, poop, and pee.
Yes,
okay?
We know that.
So, but the problem is that our neighbors have become a bit inconsiderate.
Yeah, it's about the times that they put the
your
dog
out there and leave him out there for 30, 45 minutes. And leave him out there
to bark. If you know that your dog is a barker, you know that their joint, let him go out there, do his business, and come right back.
That's why we bring Oscar right back.
Because Oscar is a barker. He's annoying. And I get it. Dogs need fresh air and all of that stuff. But at 10 o'clock at night...
But wait, yeah. So 10 o'clock at night, they put their dog out there for 15 to 30 to sometimes 45 minutes.
Yes, and he barks the entire time.
Once in a while, they'll come out and say, "Stop barking."
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's not...
When did dogs start speaking human language? It's unbelievable to me. So, but then last night, let me tell you the kicker. See, now my Gemini is coming out. Let me tell you the kicker. Last night, they decided to put their dog out at midnight.
Midnight, you guys.
Midnight.
Are you kidding me? I wasn't here, but Babe told me that.
Midnight.
And see, the thing is, their house is, I guess, off to the side of
ours, and their fence is facing
Reagan's bedroom.
Yes.
Both of our kids' bedrooms, actually. So it's just don't wake up the baby. Thankfully, once she gets sleep, she's good. But it's just that I don't know, just the consideration. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, you have to be like, okay, let me make sure the dog goes out before people are like getting ready for bed. And we are not the only neighbors that have an issue with this.
No, neighbors down the street, like way down the street, hear this dog. That's how. It's not a small dog by any means.
Not a small dog. He's huge.
Like I said, like I think the dog is super sweet, friendly, but the way that the time of day that it expresses itself is the wrong time of day. And it's just inconsiderate to everyone else.
So I feel like it's not worth saying anything because are they really going to change it? I mean, the dog got to go outside.
Sometimes,
you know what I'm saying?
But sometimes you don't know that you're being. You're not well, but you don't know their background, where they came, where they grew up. Maybe they grew up where they had a ton of dogs and like everybody's dog. But I mean, you don't know anybody's situation, right?
That's true.
Like,
okay, I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like so. Maybe maybe they in their head they're not fully thinking it through, right?
Right.
But at the same time, because you can't expect everybody else to have the same considerations that you do, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Everybody has their own beliefs, and and that's what makes everybody unique.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, girl? And so my thought process is, Gabrielle is more of a people pleaser. She likes to try to help make everybody happy.
I know. I like to appease
Exactly.
everyone,
but
at the detriment
of her own sanity. See, I'm a Gemini, so I'm not a people pleaser by any means. For me, I'm just about being blunt, and I can do that in a respectful manner.
Yeah.
And we're neighbors. We should be able to have those conversations because if I'm doing something annoying or a disturbance to your family, you should be able to tell me just like I should be able to tell you.
True, that's true.
So my thought process is just a simple conversation. Next time I see him, I'm not going to go knock on the door and like.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. I'm here to talk to you, jerk off.
I would hope that you. Please don't call him a jerk off.
I'm just.
I would hope that you wouldn't do that.
No, the next time I see him outside,
if it comes up in casual conversation.
No, I will make it come up in conversation. So if he's outside and I'm outside and like we catch up like we always do. We always, like I said, really nice guy. I'll say, hey, can we have a quick conversation about your dog? Your dog is super nice. We definitely.
No, your dog is annoying. How about that?
No, exactly. But then I'll get into it. But the problem is when you put your dog out.
Yeah,
you put your dog out at really late hours at night, and you have a newborn child.
Right, they
as well.
just had a baby, so I just knew that when they had this baby, they would be like, oh, you know what? This is really inconvenient. Like, this is inconsiderate.
No.
Maybe this dog is waking up their child.
Maybe
their baby is just used to it.
They're just training their baby to be used to dog barking.
Yeah.
So I'm just it's gonna be a nice conversation where I'm just gonna, hey, if there's anything you can do, I would really appreciate it.
If you'd watch the time.
If you would just look at the times, and if he's got to go out, which dogs do, just stand out there with him, or just the same thing that we do with Oscar. We don't let Oscar just go out there by himself. We stand there at the door and make sure he comes back in.
Well, I mean, that's the whole point. They got a fence and everything. Like, they fenced in the situation so that their dog could roam out there. That's why I feel like it's not really going to change anything.
10 o'clock and at midnight on a weekday. Like,
I mean, I get it. Trust me.
It's just
completely get it.
It's just rude.
Yeah.
And if you don't know that it's being rude, then it's okay to let somebody know, like, hey, we think this is rude. Whether they changed or not, that's their choice.
At least you've said something.
At least I've said something, and then I know where they stand.
Mm. Yeah.
Right?
So what would you guys do? Would you say something to the neighbor, or would you just deal with it? I mean, luckily, neither of the kids have waken up because of the dog. So that's a blessing. It's not like the kids are waking up crying.
Last night last night when I was putting her to bed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does happen sometimes when you're trying to get them to sleep, though. So
every time he would bark, she would be like,
right, like, what is that? What is that?
She's like, bobblehead.
It's literally like right outside of her window. Right outside. Anyway.
But yeah, enough of that. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Hope you enjoyed.
You're so funny. So what's been going on with you? How's your... Oh!
Wow! What are you doing? You're such a psycho.
Oh my goodness. If you heard that, our daughter just...
She just rolled from the bed to the bench right here next to us. So
yes, because we have her again. Because, we got to get this podcast done.
That's right.
And
we're trying to be more consistent. And so what we decided today is that we're just going to kind of catch up with you guys. Talk about what's... Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, just kind of talk about, what's been going on. And yeah. What were you about to say, love?
I was just going to say thanks to everybody who watched the last podcast and appreciated all of the questions that we answered. And I appreciate the conversation. I was looking at the comments and everything. I was looking at the comments and everything, and I really appreciate the discussion that people were having about,
Absolutely.
Especially the not having the sex for a whole year. That got a lot of good conversation. Living together before marriage got a lot of conversation. So yeah, I think that I like that, and thank you to everybody that screenshotted that you were listening.
Yes,
and you tagged us on Instagram and Twitter, and
we tried to make
all
sure
of that. We tried to
retweet and
so thank you guys so much. That is really awesome. So let's see what's been going on with us. I feel like so we were supposed to do this podcast where we were going to talk about the shows that we were watching on TV. But when I tell you that we are so behind on all of our shows, we have not been watching any shows. But for the life of me, I cannot figure out what we've been doing instead. It's not like I can say we haven't been watching TV, but we've been getting this done and that done.
There's been a lot of stuff in the evenings.
I guess that's what it's been.
Yeah, we just have had like some evenings where we've been out doing stuff, or we've been traveling the last couple weeks. That took away obviously a ton of TV watching.
True.
Gabrielle has had a couple little events. I think maybe 2 in the last couple weeks where she's been out at night. So it's just kind of one of those things. I played basketball. You guys know how time racks up and then all of a sudden gets away from you. So
it's crazy, but we're like 3 episodes into This Is Us, I feel like, and maybe 3 episodes into How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
We started watching Manifest. We've only watched the first 2 episodes of that. I still don't think we finished the last episode of Queen Sugar. We literally have a laundry list of, we never finished the last season of Orange is the New Black. Mm-hmm. Or what's the one about the girl?
13 Reasons Why.
We have so many shows.
13 Reasons, whatever it is.
Oh my goodness, so many shows. So one day, when we get caught up, we're going to tell you our thoughts about how these shows are going.
Right, but you know what we have been watching?
What?
Alabama football. Well, at least I have been. Roll Tide, y'all. So for anybody that's on here that are sports fans, and I know that some of y'all are Crimson Tide fans because you leave in the comments, or I know some of you were LSU fans. That's cool. Do your thing. But we won't rehash that for the LSU fans. So I'm actually excited because coming up this Friday, this week, I'm actually heading off to good old Alabama. And Justin is actually there. And so we're going to connect up and go to the Alabama-Mississippi State game.
This is your second Alabama game.
This is my second Alabama game. I did that.
He's so excited about it.
So excited. Because this year, think about last year, I got to see Alabama-LSU in Tuscaloosa. Jalen Hurts was the quarterback. This year, I get to see Tua. I'm so excited, man.
So excited. So excited that he's driving down and coming right back after the game.
Well, because
that's how excited
I am. For one, I got invited, and obviously, since there wasn't a ton going on, Gabriel was gracious enough to agree to let me go because I think it's important to always make sure that your spouse is fully okay with it. Yeah. If she wouldn't have been, then I would not be going. Yeah. So I appreciate you, love, as I said to you many times before. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go down there, watch the game. It's on Saturday. It's a 3:30 game, and then I'm actually gonna jump in the car and just head back because I'd like to go to church on Veterans Day with my beautiful family. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm definitely. Plus, there's the At the Movie series at our church, so that's always a good time. Yeah,
it's really good where our pastor takes some of the popular movies and he kind of like breaks it down and compares it to the Bible and has a lesson. Like, it's really, really awesome. If you are in the Indianapolis area, definitely check out At the Movies at Heartland Church. Unfortunately, they don't stream it because of copyright issues. So, do they stream like an old message? Well, they probably don't stream it, but you can go on. Yeah, they stream like an old message. Watch an old message. But if you're in the city, definitely check it out because it's one of the best series that Heartland has. And so Babe is leaving us. We're going to be all alone this weekend, but that's all right because next weekend I am taking a solo trip and I'm super excited about it.
She going all the way to Atlanta to watch Drake and Migos.
First of all,
that's not where she's going.
First of all, I didn't tell you to be telling my plans of where I was going or what I was doing.
Okay, she's going all the way to. Where are you going? Let's see. Let's pick a good city.
Anyway,
Galveston, Texas.
I'm definitely not going to Texas. Sorry. I am going to Atlanta, and I'm going for the weekend. It's like Friday and Saturday. I'm coming back Sunday morning.
Same plans.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not like a solo trip person. I think I've only taken like one before, aside from solo business travel. I have done that, but this is like no business at all. I'm going for pleasure. I'm going to check out my Leaks live podcast because I missed it last year. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be there, let me know. Make sure if you see me, you say hey, what or whatnot. But I really have no clue what I'm going to be doing by myself.
So if they come up to you and say whatnot, how do you respond to that?
Is that what I said?
You said hey or whatnot.
So not say
can they say hey or whatnot, or can they just say hello? Or...
They can say whatever they want to say. Okay?
So when you see Gabrielle, I'll be like, what not, girl?
I cannot stand you. So yeah, I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to sleeping in. I am really going to try my hardest to sleep in on Saturday.
She's going to wake up at 6:15.
My body is crazy. It legit just wakes up. Like this morning, I popped up at like 5:56, and I made myself go back to sleep. I just laid back down and closed my eyes because I have a really hard time going back.
She just gets up.
When I wake up, it's ridiculous.
I might just go back to sleep, girl. Like
yeah, but it doesn't always work for me. Like I was exhausted. I went to bed late because I went out celebrating a friend's birthday last night. So that was why I was able to go back to sleep. But it was only for like another hour. And then baby girl was up. So yeah, I'm going to try my hardest to sleep in on Saturday. Find me a good breakfast spot. And just, enjoy Atlanta for a couple days.
I'm excited for her to do that. But yeah, I said Drake and Migos. She actually...
I do have to.
She actually found like some, some cheaper...
Like literally, I'm all the way up at the top. I was like, I'm not spending more than $100 for these tickets.
But I thought that'd be fun. So she should have a good time.
Yeah, I've never seen Drake in concert. Migos is cool, but I enjoy a good Drake song, like the next person. So I'm interested to see his concert. Hopefully he doesn't cancel it because he's been canceling shows.
Sweetheart, either way, it's God's plan, okay?
You were just waiting to throw that in there, weren't you? I cannot deal with you.
Hey.
Let's see, what else has been going on?
You know he got a lot of enemies, girl. Trying to drain him of his energy, man.
Okay. Nice for what?
Nice for what?
Nice for what? That's all I got, okay?
You're so cute.
That's all I got.
You're so cute.
You're crazy.
Girl.
Okay, so...
Hey, you the effing best, girl.
I can't stand you.
Right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
All right.
So we were going to answer the next 10 questions that we had on our list, but we're kind of running short on time, so we just wanted to give like a podcast quickie.
Exactly.
So make sure that y'all had something to listen to on your Thursday.
Exactly.
We wanted to, just come on here and chit chat. But I had the idea. Okay, so I have this book that is like my favorite book of all times. It's called The Book of Questions, and it's by Gregory Stock. And the first time I saw this book was in my social studies class or my history class in high school. One of the teachers, because it was like a 2-teacher class, he would have this book on his desk, and it just, I don't know, it was just intriguing to me, and I bought it, and every time they update it, I buy like the update because it's just a great like conversation starter.
Yeah.
Or it gives you these random scenarios and you have to think about like what would you do in that instinct. So I thought it would be fun if we just randomly like picked a couple of questions and answered them and then challenged you to answer. Because it's just fun. And then you can take the question and, ask your spouse or ask your kids or, whoever, just to have a conversation. So, you pick a number and I will read the question.
How many questions are in there?
Like 291. 291 questions.
All right. Let's go ahead and do number 12.
Of course you would.
The best number.
I feel like we've done this before. We've answered a lot of these questions. I feel like you would have picked 12 before, but we'll see. The question is, for $100,000, would you put on 40 pounds and keep it on for 3 years? How much money, if any, would induce you to put on 100 pounds for at least a year? Okay, so the first part. For $100K, would you put on 40 pounds and keep it on for 3 years?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's just an easy no. Like, it's not healthy to just add weight because now, granted, like if I was able to gain, this is different scenarios. If I was to gain healthy muscle weight,
then 40
yes.
pounds of muscle.
Now, if you're telling me to gain like 40 pounds of just like
I don't want 40 pounds of muscle.
Eat like crap. But I mean, I could do 40 pounds of like straight muscle and like lean muscle and like that would be healthy. Yeah. Whereas if it's just like eat like crap and gain 40 pounds, no, because that's just too detrimental. Do that for 3 years. That's detrimental, like on your health.
Yeah.
Like long term.
So, is there any amount of money that would induce you to put on 100 pounds for a year, at least a year?
No.
None.
Do you know, sweetheart? My father was extremely overweight for my entire life.
Yeah.
No.
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 That's interesting.
I saw too much.
Yeah.
Like I just no.
That's interesting. That's a really good question because meanwhile I'm like, shoot, give me about 5 mil, I might for a year. Because I'm thinking of my weight now. There are people that live 100 pounds heavier than me. That it's not like complete obesity. No. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong with being 100 pounds heavier.
For only a year.
But
I feel like I would for some millions.
For me, it's just I saw my dad extremely overweight and how that added to his unhealthiness and how he ended up making him pass. It was one of the major reasons he passed.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just too personal.
Yeah, I guess that's a really good point. I get that.
I just saw it my entire life. You know what I'm saying? So
that makes sense. So like the ins and outs of what that causes the person.
So so if I gain like 5 pounds,
you can tell.
I'm like stressing.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just because I don't want to be like my dad in his health in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? True. Like, and so.
Because you never know what those pounds are going to do to your body internally.
Yeah, exactly. What's happening on the inside,
regardless of how long you're. Yeah. So I guess that makes sense. And then you still got to lose the weight. Like. That's true. But for 100K, absolutely not. For 3 years, 40 pounds for 3 years? No. I'm trying to lose all the weight, okay? Like, no, 100K is definitely not enough.
Yeah.
But for some millions, we could die.
You're so good. All right, so what's your answer for that question?
Yes. Okay.
What's your answer for that question?
My turn. I'm going to go with number 133.
Ooh, I opened up to 130.
That's crazy.
That's impressive. All right, the question is, if you worked for the government and found that the president was committing serious crimes.
How telling? No.
Wow. Is this like, when was this written? Is this written today? How did you know, Austin?
Who is Austin?
I'm sorry, Gregory Stock?
Oh, I'm like, who's Austin?
It was the review. It was by Austin Kleon.
Oh.
Gregory, how did you know?
Okay,
sorry. If you worked for the government and found that the President Trump was, if you worked for the government and found that the president was committing serious crimes to bring about positive things you both believed in, would you try to expose the crimes? If so, what if you knew your reputation would be destroyed in the process?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Okay, so these serious crimes are bringing about good
positive things you both believe in. Would you try to expose the crimes? If so, what if you knew your reputation would be destroyed in the process? So it's really a 2-part question.
It is a 2-part question.
So if he was breaking the law, doing serious crimes, but making positive things happen. Are you okay with that, or do you raise a flag?
I'm not okay with you breaking the law. Period. You're the president. Like,
yeah.
I just am not okay with people in authority
abusing
their power. Like, I don't care what the end result is. It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of having these laws if you can bend them? Yeah, I would definitely do my best to expose. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, we don't want a criminal in the office. Stop. Like, oh, it's okay. Come here.
You can mommy.
Yeah. We don't want a criminal in the office. I don't care what good is coming from it. Like, it's just, honesty is paramount. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like the most necessary characteristic you need to have in your life is honesty. So I just feel like, nah, bruh. I don't care. If you're breaking law, somebody needs to know about it.
Yeah.
And you need to suffer the consequences. Like,
yeah. I mean, I agree. I think that it's one of those things where obviously we want positive things to happen, things that you believe in. You definitely want to come to fruition, and that's obviously what you want. But the problem is when you start breaking the law to do that, then that's when it's not okay. Because think about from this side. Think about, we don't currently, like, how many people in How many people in powerful positions now are, breaking the law, and we're not okay with it, right? Because we don't have the same beliefs, or they might be breaking the law for things that they believe in, but we're not okay with it because we don't believe in it. Yeah. So why is it okay for us to be okay? Why is it okay, or why is it good for us to be okay with someone breaking the law as long as it aligns with our values?
Oh yeah, as long as I'm not bothered by it. Yeah.
If it doesn't matter if it's helping you or not. If it's breaking the law, it's breaking.
So it ain't worth it. What was the second part of that question?
And if you were to expose the crimes, and your reputation would be destroyed. So if you did expose the crimes, are you okay with your reputation being destroyed?
Oh, okay. Was that the question? Are you sure? You look like you're struggling with that. You got the book right in front of you.
I just asked the question. No, answer it, woman.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, reputation is relative. My reputation is destroyed with who? The government? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be some sector of people, but I'm sure that my reputation is not going to be destroyed worldwide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think, and I just don't think, I don't think your reputation is going to be destroyed with the people who care about you.
Yeah. And that's what matters.
That's what matters, exactly. Everybody else's opinion of you doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's a lesson for life.
Anybody's opinion of you doesn't matter. I don't care if you're my family or not, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. If you're happy with who you are,
it's none of my business.
And what you're doing, and that's what matters. Yeah. So this is a cool book, and
yeah, definitely get it. I will put a link in the info, the show notes, so you guys can get your hands on it because it is a lot of fun. Like, I had like a girls' night recently, and we just was asking question after question after question. So, maybe we'll bring this segment back and we'll do it again. But yeah, those are two things to think about. Let us know your answers.
Yes.
And all of that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for
all
sticking
that
around.
Jazz. I thought you were going to say jazz.
No. I don't ever say it all that jazz.
You have before.
You just made that up.
Where you going?
Anyway, as always, you guys, we would love for you to screenshot you listening to this and put it out there on the internet and tag us and tell us what you thought of the episode. You can tweet us at Let's Make Out Pod. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Let's Make Out Podcast.
That's right.
You can watch this on youtube.com/Let's Make Out Podcast. And yeah, everything else about us you can find on GabeTV.com.
.com.
Yeah, so have a good day, you guys.
Yes, wonderful day. Hopefully you enjoyed.
We'll see you back next time.
We will.
Bye.
Deuces.
Wow! 2 in a row, 2 weeks in a row.
That's right.
On a row, 2 weeks in a row. I done got all crunk and then watch next week. Nope, I'm not even gonna put that in the atmosphere. We're gonna do it next week.
Exactly.
Alright guys. Reagan is over. Thanks for watching.
Yes, thanks for watching. Deuces.